Hey everybody, it's me, Trader Max, and we're just about to kick off here in this little segment. I'm just showing you here that there was a win on right at the top of the hour. A nice little win, excuse me, about 25 bucks, 21 bucks, 23 or 24 bucks in that last trade there. We're testing out our new series with the Xedan. I am in demo here on this project, so please keep that in mind. I am in demo on that particular one for a Xedan. But what I wanted to come in and do tonight is just sort of, I'm in this spirit of trading tonight. I have a little bit of time. It's about 8 p.m. Eastern on February 11th, and we're going to come in and check some charts and look at some processes. I'm going to see if I can get in and trade on my live account for you guys. Okay, so we pop back in. I logged into my account. We're going to be here on our site for Dex Fx. We're going to be looking at our 1 hour. We're going to kind of run down here through this process, see if we can find some trades. Now, there's no signals fired off at this particular time for 1 hours, but I'm going to look at the charts to see if we can find something sort of augmented. Now, I know there was a lot of news that was happening right around right now. The NZD USD and the AUD USD, about 6:30, which was really kicking it out. The NZD sort of messing around there, but it does affect the AUD quite a bit, as you can kind of see here right now. We might get some pullback down to this area. You'll see AUD JPY has a big giant candle bar happening right now, so we're probably not going to do anything there. But the Euro, Great Britain pound is really not affected too much, and we're going to look at the Euro JPY now. It does have a little bit of a push for this particular time period. Look at the Euro USD. Nothing really considerate here. We're going to look at the Great Britain pound JPY. We do have a signal, but it's against the grain of the trend. Great Britain pound USD. It's sort of a flat market sitting in a channel. You can kind of see that channel right here, right? That channel is dirty right about here, right? We want just to break out to this channel with either an up or a down, with depending on the buy or sell side of it. Let's see, USD CAD. Big movement, encapsulating candle over the last 5 or 6 bars. Very, very careful. Got to be careful you have a bounce up or a really long push through. We don't want to mess with that. This was a signal that happened back about several hours ago, but it won because we would have came back down to right around in here, 97.53 to actually take it off. USD JPY. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This one would have been another winner because we would have came down to this structure right here, this little dynamic structure right here, to make the trade, and it would definitely fulfilled. Possibly even because it fired off on this bar, possibly even there at 109.81 would have been out of the money for some time. Maybe it made some good deals on getting back out of the money. But that's it. There's really, it was that fast, right? There's nothing on the 1 hour. So let's pop over to the 2 hours, see if there's anything that we can look at, maybe a little bit of longer status for the 10 o'clock expiry. We're going to not see anything on the signal board, but we're going to look at the charts. There's that big, huge candle from the news of the NZD. This would have been probably a good trade to get in about an hour. So we're off on the hour. So it's on the even or in the odd hours, the signal fires. So this would have been one to kind of get into if we were going to pull back to here and the signal fired. Without news being related, I probably wouldn't have got into this trade seeing that news up. So AUD JPY wouldn't even really count that one. There it is again, doubled over in the AUD JPY. Let's look at the Euro Great Britain pound. We're in a down signal here. Let me see what we got below the screen here. Here we go. Some negation happening right here. If we get another signal with such a long traveling, really hard step down. And look what's happening here. We're getting this bottom effect, right? What we refer to as flagging. We get this happening right here. Probably say right about there. Okay, this is a flag or pennant process that's happening like that. Okay, as this encapsulates and pulls out, if it continues to go up, this is a bear reversal flag or pennant, and if it continues to go down, then it's a bear continuation flag. So keep that in mind. If you do get something right, happening, you want it to be a down arrow on this side because it keeps collapsing down, hitting this bottom as it shrinks down into this little section. As it goes down, if you get that arrow down below here, it's going to be a continuation. If you zip back up past the line, this little EMA right here, and you get a nice little arrow up around in this area, be careful because you're going to be backing up against this support area, this resistance area here, which is pretty strong. Double green line, very strong. So you could encapsulate and come out and get resistance against it. So be very careful. All right. Let's see, your GOPY. Again, sitting in a channel, not really getting too much on that channel effect. We do have like this little push out here, but this is the channel we're looking at that it's kind of sitting in right now. We want it to be established. I feel what's going to happen is that if we do bounce off of this little dynamic level right here, that if we bounce off and come back down, we want to be down below around here, have an arrow push down at that point, and that will give me a good signal for that time period. Your JPY, let's look at Euro USD. Again, sitting in this time channel here, this little dynamic channel, even though we got this little push out, I'm not really worried about that. What I'm looking at is that if we can get this pair to fall down right around in this area and it starts to push past this support area, well, right now it would be support, but if it pushes past it, would then become resistance, a pretty strong resistance to head downwards. That's a trade that I would get into. The Great Britain Pound JPY. Oh God, an hour ago. See, come back in about an hour. I'm going to probably pause the video, come back in about an hour and see. But this one would even if we did have another arrow, we probably wouldn't qualify for this. But this would have been a really good one to be into because we would have been able to get bought in at this little level. This little dynamic level that you see here is pretty strong. Okay, and now that we're above it, we can keep traveling up a little bit, and we would have gotten really good numbers here. I'm talking, you know, $25, $30 numbers, right? And probably even OTM numbers if we could have gotten in pretty good. If this would have been 7 o'clock, so this would have been at 7 o'clock, an expiry of 9 o'clock on Great Britain Pound JPY. Don't know if there's anything on Nadex for that one. Let's go over and look. I think we're in between. Yeah, we are in between. Is that the Audi JPY we said? The Great Britain Pound JPY. Yeah, there's nothing on Nadex for the intradays for that one. So the next available one would be 11 p.m. So we wouldn't be able to get into that one. At 9 o'clock, if there's a signal for that process, that would have been a good one to be able to march into. But there's no 10 o'clock expiry. So you could possibly looked at a spread under that margin, but no, unfortunately, we didn't. All right, let's look at Great Britain Pound USD. Nothing there. And USD JPY is the only other one that would have a particular pair. Now, look at this one. This one's kind of unusual. We could talk about this for a second. We have this little channel right here that kind of vibrated around, played around with a little bit. And breaking out here doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to continue going on because we have this channel effect happening and it's already pierced that and shown this to be a pretty viable area for it to stay away from, right? So could come back up and just kind of come back down and feel, I'm trying to drag over, not draw more lines. Let me see here. Yeah, it's going to end up coming back up into this area and then pushing back down. Mark my words on that one. I'm just going to look at the USD CAD, see how it's responding. It looks pretty good. It's coming back on the opposite side of this. It looks like we're really pushing the top line here. And the USD CHF, yeah, way pull back. This looks like it's trying to pen it out. At this point, you got this big long draw out right here. And then you get this little flag area trying to shoot its way back to the EMA. So when this happens, again, what's going to happen is that you're either going to push past this top line and it's going to get a bear reversal, or you're going to get a bear continuance. Either way, an arrow down here or an arrow up here is what you're looking for. All right. Well, that's basically our market read for right now. I'm going to try to come back in about an hour to see if we can do another market read for the hour and for the 1 hours and the 2 hours and see if we can get into something. We did get into a trade earlier with the Xedan. Let's pop over to it to see if we got anything in. It looks like we didn't get into anything at that point. But we did win that one trade that was on the test account. Let's view the history on that one. Yeah, looks like we did a $23 win, a profit on that on USD/JPY. That's nice. It's been a while since I've been in and actually started trading again with the Xenon. We also have the dailies flagged. I might go through and tag the 2 hours as well. Let me see if I tag. I probably have to go down and do a lot of work to get these ready. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait on these. I'll probably start with these tomorrow after doing some research on the site. But our automated system is kicking ass. We're having a great time with that as well. All right, I'm Maxx Farrell. This is Dex Fx Markets. This is the market read. We'll see you pretty quickly here. If I'm back, if the video just ends, I'm not coming back. Okay, don't sit around and wait. But if it doesn't end, you'll see me in a second. I'm Maxx Farrell. This is Dex Fx Markets. I look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, trade well. Hey everybody, it's me again, Maxx Farrell, back here, Trader Max with DexFxMarkets.com. We're going to be doing some quick trading, see if we can get into one of these trades up here on the system here. So let's quickly jump in. I'm about 6 minutes late on this top of the hour here. What I'm going to be looking at is there is one signal out, is the Great Britain Pound USD 29.56. We're going to look at that to see if it's a plausible process. It is a trade that happens at night, and there it is right there. That's the signal for an up system there. But where do we want to come to? This is pretty far out. 29.63. We're looking at 29.58, about 5 pips off. This is a good place to be, would be right around this area as the process, and that would be 29.58 on the site. So let's run over and see if there's any money on the pair for, what time is for that? That's the 10 o'clock expiry. 29.58. There's 52. So there's nothing there, and 62, there's that. That's a possibility, but here's the thing. 62 is up all the way up here, okay? And that doesn't really give me a good cushy little feeling right there, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put a working order at 29.52, which would be all the way down here. Is a possibility to be onto. But that would be like catastrophic failure to go from there. I don't know if it'll get back down to there. But what I'm going to do is that if it is going to go down, I'm going after $28 in, wrong way, $72. Okay, profit margin, 28 bucks. And I'm going to do that, right? And that's going to be a working one that's going to sit there. So let's jump back over and have a look. Now, you guys seen why I did that, right? That this is a good strike. I wouldn't go up to 62 because it's 10 pips apart, because it's too close to where we're at right now. And it doesn't give me a good feeling back when I look over here of any good numbers. It seems to be more of a resistance area, if anything, right? And the other side is all the way down here at 62 or 52, right around in this area. This seems to be a pretty good resistance zone as well. So if it does happen to come back down, it will pick up, but then it'll bounce back up, and especially since it's only for next hour. We may not even get picked up at all. But let's go have a look at some of the other pairs. The AUD USD can trade at this time period, but it doesn't look like we have anything on there. The Euro JPY can do the same thing. Doesn't seem to be anything there. Euro USD also has trade capabilities at night, and there is nothing. If we did have a pair, we'd want a sell signal down right around in this area anyway. So even if we did have a Great Britain Pound we just looked at, and USD JPY is another one that has a possibility, but with no signal. Now, with this one, why would I look at a trade at this time, even though that I don't have a signal on, is that we have a nice little area of resistance happening right now, of support happening, because the price is above this line right here, so this would be support. And I think that this would probably be a good idea to get in at this 109.83. But without the signal, I don't like just to go willy-nilly just to be above a line, right? So we'll kind of pull back from that. So I did say at the 9 o'clock hour, we would look at the 2 hour signals to see if we can get into something for the 11 o'clock period, which is also the dailies and the possibility. I don't think any daily signals fired. Did they just yet for the 11 o'clock? Oh, a whole bunch of them did. Look at that. Let's see. Let's jump over to our friend over. Okay, there we go. We got some in the, a lot of them punched up and punched in. It looks like we're still sitting. We haven't gotten any trades on. We got some trades in, or some working orders on. There's that Great Britain Pound 29.52 on the automated side. So great minds think alike, apparently. So there's a 1 hour trade that's in a working order right there. and then we got the 1 hour right there. So that's good. The system works. The process works. So let's jump in and look at the, let's look at the 2 hour. Nothing fired on the 2 hour, but we're going to go down. Basically right now, we can go down each one of them and look at what we call the aught, right? So the area where you would be on the 20, so 67.20, 67.40, that area, to see where we're at, to see on like on the AUD USD, our closest daily price, because remember, they're on the 20 points, they're on the 20 pips, so it would be 20, right? So that would be this down here, which is really strong, as you can kind of see. Strong on the resistance side, bop, 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 right, all the way to there, and now possibly strong on the support side, could be. So let's go over and look at the AUD USD, and let's look at that one here. We'll look at 11 p.m. Right, we're going to look at 67.20, and there's nothing on it. Yeah, that's no fun. 67.40 would be the next one in. We could put a working order on that process because it does seem to be coming down, and it is only 10 pips away. So there is a possibility. If I were to do this one would be another 20. I did it again. Did it again, Max. I'm going to place that in there just like that. Okay, if that's a possibility to do. All right, let's jump into going back over. Now, I probably won't put any more on my live account at this point on those two working orders unless I find something really super good. Let's go down the line here. AUD JPY has the same process here. Here's where it's sitting at 80. Look at this one's really, really super strong. Sitting at 80. Let's go look at that one too, AUD JPY. Just for grins, if it's better than the AUD USD, then we'll probably get into it. 73.80 on the buy. Yep. Again, 15 points off of that one from where it's current at. So probably not a really good one. Let's jump back over. Let's go down to, let's go to the big boys. Euro JPY, really strong pair at this time of night. But we're still kind of sitting in this little channel here, right here, where we got this double here. We want to avoid this process. It's probably stronger down on the base than it is up top, since we don't really have it like channeling down into like a pennant process. That doesn't really look so good. So let's go down to Euro USD, see if there's anything in the channel, outside the channel. Nope, it's in a channel as well. Let's go down to Great Britain pound JPY. This is a pretty good opportunity. I want you to see this, that we don't have anything above all the way up to 142.62. So about 20 pips off. We might have a good opportunity here. Let's look at this, 142.31. 142.30. So in a 2 hour process, 142.31 on the Great Britain pound JPY. Let's look at that one. 4:11 p.m. 142.31. So that would be 20. So we're not really to 40. We're in pretty good at that. But again, oh, you know what? No, I guess not. Okay, so let me go back over here. About JPY. Yeah, there's not going to be an opportunity for this one. We'd have to be on the 20, which is down again, down in this area. So this is a trading style and process that might work well for you when watching this process. And being that we're on a 2 hour signal, about 2 hours away from the daily expiry, and that's what we're doing here right now. Let's look at the Great Britain pound. I think we did already. It has a 2 hour process as well. 29.56. So we're going to go with this one too. Possibly 29.56. Probably try to stay at 29.52, but we're really super close to that. I'm trying to find where is there a good target line. The EMA would work well, but I think 29.50 would work even better. And let's look at that. Great Britain pound USD. Let's look at that. We're going to look at the 11. Oh, let's refresh. Go back in, Great Britain pound USD. We're going to go to the 11 p.m., 29.56. There's that. We got 10. Phew. Boy, they're really tightening them up here. What was that number again? What is that? The 2 hour? 52. That's what we wanted to kind of be on. Shit, I went in. Okay, so 56. Yeah, the 52 one. There's 46, but again, nothing. 56 might be a little bit too tough for me to jump into. Yeah, I think so, because I'm not seeing. Here's what I want to do, and this is going to seem really weird. Because this is on a 15-minute chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to jump over. This is going to be really weird. Watch this. I'm going to jump over the 5-minute signals. I'm going to look at the charts for the 5-minute and go to the Great Britain Pound USD. And I'm going to look at it. Where is the tonature of the pair right now? And we're going back every 15 bars is a process here. So I'm looking at where are my 29.59 margins. There's a nice little strong channel down here at 56. So you see that this margin on the 5-minute being from this side, from 56 down to 50, this 6 pip channel that sits here is pretty strong. So, and we're getting this active push upwards from the middle apex, right about there. Yeah. Okay. So I think this might be a possibility at 56. I'm using a little bit more of advanced data searching in this solution now. Go back over to the chart. Pull that over and look. This is a 2-hour. This is for the 2-hour chart. Oh, wrong one. Great Britain Pound USD. Yeah, 56 might be just a little bit too much for me to be able to handle. Yeah, it's sitting at 92 now, so because it's only 5 pips off. All right, so that's all right. We're just going to kind of leave this. If we happen to get into this trade and this trade takes on, then great. I'll come back in just a little bit, show you what's happened. Even if it doesn't, I'll come back and let you know at the top of the hour. I'm going to go back playing the guitar. We'll see you next time. I'm Trader Max, and this is Dex Fx Markets. As always, trade well. Hey everybody, it's me, Trader Max, once again, coming back in. We didn't get anything on our live system and or our daily system or our 2-hour system here for the Xedan in our automation system. We did have a lot of trades that kind of came in, performance locked out because we have it set. But I just want to take one last little look at the night tonight. This doesn't always have to yield into a trade. The analysis of the market is worth its weight in gold. And this is really important. If you've noticed that we did, and when we first came back in and we were looking at like the Great Britain Pound USD, whether or not we should have been down 29.52 or not, or up at 56, I think has yielded out an answer. And again, I didn't like that we had the double tops there at that particular time and being down in this area. Okay, so that was something else, is that it could always come, it's still, even at this level, I kind of really butchered that line there. It still could kind of play this, but now that it's sort of starting to reach out, in fact, let me use a direct line there, just look a little thicker. Let's just do that and go blink, just like that. And you can kind of see that this line right there, it's still sitting there hovering at that level. So 56 could have been a good number to be at. We got about another hour for it to kind of go. If we look back over at 56 now, it still doesn't have any money on it still from what we were looking at before. And we're not staying at 66, that's for sure. We're not going to be jumping into that crap show, right? But that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that you can analyze yourself out of a trade, of course, but analysis paralysis kind of thing. But I'd rather be safe, right? 52 is all the way down here. 56 was possibly something we possibly could have done when it was right here. But I didn't like that it had this double top at that point. So let's run down the 1-hour signals. We're just going to look at those. And if those don't yield out anything for us, because it's an even hour right now, we won't have any 2 hours. And that signal for the Great Britain Pound USD would have won if we would have gotten picked up to 56. But it just closed out at 65. Let's look at the charts to see if we can find anything. There's a down arrow in this process of this particular trade here, or this chart. This is the Auto USD. There was a lot of news that was happening there. This is on a 5-minute chart, but for the 1-hour trading system. Could this come back down? The answer is yes, but and again, we're looking for, if this would have been a buy, this would actually have been a really good opportunity for a buy, because you would have had this structure here. If I just draw a circle around it right in here, allowing you to keep a little bit of force here, especially with the EMA pushing upwards. But let's run down the gambit here. We're going to look at the Audi USD, also the Euro JPY. Again, sell signal, Euro USD. This one here has a little bit of potential, but we're in this little box channel that we have here. We got this double top, double bottom kind of mentality. I don't feel comfortable with that because we don't get a really good direction. We could actually use that as a process of what we call an iron condor, where you put a buy for the bottom side and you put a sell for the top side, right? You can wing this thing in, right? But again, that's a very advanced strategy. It has sometimes an opportunity to lose more money than it wins. So let's go down and look at the Great Britain Pound USD. Is there anything on it? Nothing here. If we did have a signal up here, because we're so far away from the EMA, I'd be a little bit reluctant at this point to be bringing anything into that game. And then the USD JPY. Okay. Nope, with the sell signal there, I don't think we could possibly still be okay by staying at like 109.84, 109.83. I mean, this is a pretty tough one. Is there enough power with this right there? Let's go look. 109.83 on the USD JPY. Just want to look at that real quick. This is another for 11 p.m. What was that number? 109.83. 109.83. There's 82 with $95 on it. So it doesn't really have very much money. 86. Boy, only 4 pips away and no money on it with 1 hour left to expiry. That's a little tough. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't think I'm going to actually put a working order on. The only other working order that we got on board is the 6720, which I don't know is going to be a possibility because we were, when we first started, about 10 pips away. Now we're 12, so I don't think that one's going to pull up. And did anything pull up on the... All right, there we go. We don't really have anything inside the open positions for the Xedan, but that's okay. I think that's about it for me tonight. I want to kind of show you these. I think we're going to be doing these every day. A couple times a day we're going to be putting these videos out. And at the end of every day, I'll put this, and probably even the beginning of the morning, show the trading or the attempted trading in there. We did get one trade today so far for $25 or $26 win. I forget what that was. But again, in getting the Xedan to start trading, starting next week, starting on Monday of next week, I will be trading with the Xedan on my live account and showing a live account being done and live results. But I'll also be trading manually as well. I'll be using the Xedan to trade manual the Xedan I'll be using to trade automated, but I'll be using my own skills to trading manual. So I'll be doing a double duty process. Sometimes I'll turn the Xedan off so I can trade manual, and we'll go from there. All right. I'm Maxx Xedan. This is Dex Fx Markets. I look forward to seeing you inside. Listen, if you can, reach down into your heart and click that subscribe button, hit the notification button. Check us out over on Facebook, on YouTube, all of it, Instagram. We're just about everywhere. We got some great tools. We really do care for your success. We want you to find your idea of success. So please buy into the process. Get on board. We're definitely, if you're looking to trade, learn how to trade Nadex, the North American Derivative Exchange, as well as use our tools and systems in these simple formats, we are here to help you. We have loads and loads of people on board, and everybody's on board in doing trades and making money and doing their thing. I mean, check this out. This is pretty cool. I'm inside our market, and there's this person from midnight noon to 7, which is 4 days ago, all pairs, all times, no news avoidance, 9 wins, 2 losses, $670 worth of profit. So that's pretty good. They're practicing their process. This person's name is Randy. They're practicing their process. But let me tell you, there's many other people in that are trading live as well and have live results to show for it. And that's pretty important, is that, this guy's got a great week going on here. If we look, I can't see his stuff up there yet, but there is a lot of great stuff that's happening. There's a lot of people in doing their thing, getting their trade on. Come on over and join us and get started. All right. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFXMarkets.com. We'll see you next time. And as always, trade well.